Hey, folks, we're back. It's another Friday. It's me and Kendrick, and we got a special guest today. Go right ahead, introduce your friend.
We have one of the most entertaining independent wrestlers to me, especially in the United States, Skylar Reed! Let's go!
Well, I appreciate that. That's a pretty cool intro. I mean, I was watching the video and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm on a show. I forgot.
It's all good. Yeah, I still remember I met him the first time at Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, I remember Chavo.
Yeah, I was signing autographs there. And I just remember that me and you were cussing each other out back and forth. It was fun.
Whoa! I don't swear very often, so maybe it wasn't me.
It wasn't.
Wow!
It was you and the Wolverine dude. I'm forgetting.
Yeah. Devin August.
Yeah, he was the one. Him and the guy that is like a cowboy. I'm forgetting his name.
Coltrane. Yes. Shane Coltrane. Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones that were going back and forth. You were just really kind of there in the background, like egging them on.
Oh man, now I'm a side character. That's hurtful.
It is.
Well, you had a match that was more entertaining than theirs. So
yes, winning. I'm gonna tell them that.
Okay.
You can. Hey, what's up, Taterhead? How you doing? Happy Friday, man.
Yep. Oh yeah, so Scott, I never met you before. So, how did you get involved with the independent wrestling?
Oh man, that's a fun question. It's kind of a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as I can. I guess I could turn my camera on. Oh, boom, there I am. People don't see me with glasses very often, so this is like incognito mode right now. So let's see, right? It's weird. So I have you set up on my phone, and I have my laptop sitting in front of me. My laptop wasn't agreeing with camera work, so then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna flip myself to a phone. But so wrestling. So believe it or not, I'm kind of old. I've been wrestling for, like, let's say like almost 20 years.
Wow.
So yeah. So I originally grew up in boxing. So my dad was a Golden Glove boxer. And then I used to do some training for a while. I never had an actual boxing match. I went to school with bruises on my face, and police were sent, and then it was like, you can't do boxing anymore. So that was fun. But I always enjoyed wrestling. My mom actually loved wrestling growing up. So she would show me like videotapes of AWA and NWA and, Mid-South and all that old stuff. Oh. So I became like an encyclopedia with wrestling. So I have all this weird knowledge that I just pop off the top of my head. And so I can't even remember how I was like, I think I was training for MMA at one point when I was in college. And a friend of mine originally got into wrestling school when we were in high school. So I used to train with him a little bit. And then fast forward maybe a couple of years, and I ended up with a group of people, and someone seen me and said, hey, come wrestle for our company. So I wrestled there a little bit. Then I went to Canada. I lived in Canada for a while. And then or I went to Newfoundland, I should say. Then I went back to Toronto, and then I went down to where was I? Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. Right. Then I moved up back over to the west in Wisconsin, which is where I am now. So I made like a whole loop circle, actually. Somewhat. Oh man, I've been around a lot. And so then I ended up getting under the great trainer Angel Armani and Xavier Mustafa. Those two have gotten people on TV. They've gotten me WWE and AEW tryouts and stuff like that. So
Really?
that's kind of like the gist of me getting into wrestling, and then it just became this whole 20-year experience, kind of.
Dang. Man, that's a great
that's a lot.
story.
Yeah, I mean, I could go into deep details, and then you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I know."
I guess, do you like have anything like when you were starting out that was like even though you wanted to do it and you were curious about it, but like something that was like, this is the moment that's like, this is solidified, like, damn, this is what I want to do for the rest of my like able life. Because I know with athletics it can't go on sadly for forever, but
Well,
Believe it or not,
it looks like wrestling you can go on into your 60s, 70s.
no, I don't want to do that.
I mean, look at Ric Flair. He's still out there doing it.
Hey, you don't want to be that old. Okay.
Yeah, no.
You want to be on the beach
So-
at that point.
Right. No. So I actually wanted to be a commentator or ring announcer.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because I loved watching like Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura,
Yeah.
or Bobby and Gorilla, and like guys like that, Jim Ross in Mid South, and then while I was seeing that type of stuff, I enjoyed watching Michael Buffer and Gary Michael Capetta and guys like that, where I'm like, and if you remember way back in the day, wait a minute, I just saw in your chat, do I like Microman? Doesn't bother me. I guess.
Yeah, Dickhead comes up with these weird questions.
He's like the class clown of our chat, if we were to say so.
I mean, I've wrestled shorter statured people, if that's part of that question. But yeah, so then getting into wrestling, it just kind of was like, oh, okay, I guess I could do that. And like the idea of, oh, I want to do this for a while, like, I don't know, it just, part of me is always thinking like, oh, do I want to do this much longer, or how much longer, or when did I want to start? And so now I do commentary, I do promoting, I do wrestling, I do all types of stuff now.
And what company do you work for right now? Or can you say?
So I'm actually an assistant coach trainer at House of Headlocks Professional Wrestling School. That's in Butler, Wisconsin, so just outside of Milwaukee. Then I wrestle for places from as south as Tennessee. I mean, all over the place. Indiana, Ohio, Iowa. Yeah, you name it, I kind of go there. But my main couple of places that I call like home, so that would be House of Headlocks, because I'm a trainer there. And I do the commentary. I like to think I'm the play-by-play lead commentator. And then Frozen Tundra Wrestling, that's in Waterloo, Wisconsin. I do commentary there, plus I do kind of some behind the scenes work for them. And then I'm the head of creative in both places, plus Rocket Pro Wrestling, which is in Joliet, Illinois. Mm-hmm. That's like my home away from home. Nice. And yeah, so it's kind of funny. I'll be at House of Headlocks and Rocket Pro tomorrow, so it'll be fun.
Wow! All right.
So if you're in Wisconsin and you're in those areas, go watch. There are
that's really true. If you're in Milwaukee, you should definitely check out House of Headlocks, and if you're in Illinois, you should definitely check out Rocket Pro.
I might have to do that when I get there.
He lives all the way in California, so
Oh,
we're gonna try and get him out here. Yeah, he's a Packers fan, so
cross fingers. Yeah, at least.
right.
7'3" means 3'3".
Yeah, I saw that match. I think it was like a Mexican Triple A versus the WWE pay per view.
Yeah. Oh no, I know who he is. I know who he is.
Yeah.
You know, for a second, I thought he was talking about like the micro wrestling league. The
No.
Yeah.
but no, he's actually talking about an actual person. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, Biggerhead.
I still can't believe that he wrestled. He is really.
I
Man,
mean,
haven't-
So that he's talking about I think they're in Lucha. They're called minis.
Yeah.
But I've wrestled Hornswoggle if that counts.
Wait. You
That's
wrestled
dope.
Hornswoggle?
I have, yes.
How was that experience?
It's tough. You got to think outside of the box and kind of your whole game plan is completely different than wrestling.
Yeah.
I see in the chat it says Omas, like 7-foot guy.
Oh, God.
You're thinking, oh man, this is way up here, and
Yeah.
Hornswoggle's not so much, but
Yeah.
he's actually strong. So that catches you a bit off guard because you're not exactly ready for that. But yeah, it's a treat, and you don't know what he's gonna do. He might bite you or trip you, or all types of things just happen.
So,
yeah, I wouldn't want to get bit.
So you mentioned that one of your trainers got you like a tryout with AEW and WWE.
Yep.
So what was that experience like?
What's up, Brandon? Happy Friday.
To be honest, they were completely like different. So the AEW one, I usually don't get into too much details about it, but Billy Gunn was the, I guess, trainer at the time, or agent, or whatever you want to. I don't want to get into too inside baseball lingo, but he was kind of like a scout, I guess. They had a group of people, and you got in the ring and you did some stuff. And then if they didn't like something, they made you do it again. Plus, I think they were just watching like how trainable you could be and how you could adjust on the fly and stuff of that nature. WWE, that was with Gabe Sapolsky. I think he used to work with like ECW way back in the day, and Ring of Honor in the early parts of Ring of Honor. And so with him, you sit through kind of like a presentation. Well, they give you homework first.
Okay.
When you get signed up, and they send you some emails, and you have to do waivers and all that stuff. Well, there's some people don't notice that there's homework in that email, and I think they're kind of testing you to see if you're reading the whole email, because it's kind of long and wordy. And then he sends you multiple emails of different things, and when you get there, we had to do like an entire like classroom training, where it was a lot of talking and a lot of introductions and stuff like that. And then as we show the young guys at our school, he makes you do a match a certain way, and you have to do it his way, because that's what he wants you to do. And without getting like too far into it, but like think of basketball, and they're like, hey, we want you to do this exact play this exact way. All right, now go do the play. And you have 10 minutes to figure out what the play is and how to do it, and then you go out there with people you don't even know, and you're like, all right, let's hope all of you guys were paying attention. And then you go do it.
Okay.
And so like then you do that, and he gives you some feedback, and he talks to you, um and some people don't get all the extra stuff, and some people get more stuff, and yeah, it's weird. It's kind of a mind-blowing scenario.
Sounds like it. Sounds pretty hectic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
But I enjoy the indies anyways. I haven't watched like WWE in so long, and then I watch AEW here and there when like my friends invite me to go watch like a pay-per-view with them or
Right.
anything. But like I've been trying this I haven't gone to many as I wanted to this year, but into the winter I'm gonna plan on going more because it'd be easier for me to go. But I just love how one personal it gets and I mean like not like intimately in a special way of course, but like just how
Yeah.
close you can get with people and like how fun it is, and especially the banter, like especially some of the guys, like some guys like to get into your face, some swear, some don't, but you
Yeah.
know some like to like flip you off or whatever. Like it's just it's all fun and games, and then after the show, after those shows, a lot of times you get to go meet and greets and talk to them, and everything is like all chill and fine after, and everyone realizes it's part of the entertainment part and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy the independent scene more.
And I think that's the best part about like the indies is like, for instance, we had two guys that became a tag team on NXT way back when for a short amount of time, and you see them on the indies, and what they were with us compared to what they were on NXT was like completely different. They weren't even the same like type of person anymore, and
Really?
like, and you see, things like I'll use one of our young guys that's doing pretty well. The Cowboy you were talking about, the Concrete Cowboy, Shane Coltrane. So Shane Coltrane, maybe let's say a year, maybe 2 years ago, he was like a religious character, and like, all of a sudden he had a pretty bad injury, and he came back, and he was this cowboy, and you're like, whoa, who is this guy? Like, where did this, like, even seeing him day by day or week by week or whatever, it was a completely different like dimension of who this person was. I think of like Devin August. He was probably the one that was the Wolverine that you were talking about. Like, he's another one that came through, and originally like he was so timid, and you're like, wow. So when we were together, he ended up becoming my partner in Rocket Pro in Illinois, and he ends up turning on America and coming with me as a Canadian. And he's like, hey man, I don't really know what to do. Like, how far can I go? And I go, hey, you go as far as you want, and I will pull you back if I ever need to. Well, there was only one time where he nearly flipped over the guardrail, like yelling at someone, and I legit grabbed him and like started pulling him back, like, whoa. And like he's looking at me, he's like, oh, my bad. And then he just like goes back to doing his thing. And it's like a couple years ago, that would have never happened.
Yeah,
like, he was so timid. And now he's just like, and running. And you're just like, Devin, calm down.
Yeah, he was going pretty wild that night. I remember.
Well, recently, independent wrestling took up a bad rap, and I would love to get your opinion on that. Something happened with Rampage Fun. So,
yeah.
what do you think about that?
Nia Jackson or something like that? Jaya?
No, Psycho Sid? No, Psycho Stu? I think it was Psycho Stu.
That was in California, right?
Yeah. So what is your take on that?
That's an interesting question. So there's like multiple sides and connections, and So we actually sat at the school and we talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because some of the young guys and and everyone's opinion's going to differ because someone may have more info than
Yeah.
this guy and that person and this lady knows this person. So on my like judgment, yeah, it was pretty bad. Terrible is a pretty good word. I'm reading over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess something happened in the back, and then
I could tell if you want. I watched so much about it. I was.
yeah, like I know what happened, and who, what, where, when, and why, but like it was one of those things where if you have a problem with someone, and I've seen it like multiple times, if you have a problem with someone, you go say it out back, and then you go, all right, let's get it over with. Hey, let's go have this match. After the match, then we'll go outside. We'll go to the parking lot. We'll go in the alley. We'll go in the back of the building. Boom, and then we'll handle it. And like that's kind of the stand-up way to do it.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the ring, you're not. I don't want to say you're not like human. That's not a word. The word I want. You're not your you're outside of your body now. Like you're being an entertainer, no matter how much a wrestling. I know the difference between WWE and AEW, and you say entertainer, one side gets mad, but like you're. He went in animal mode. Yes, that's true, and that's all because of the like.
It's a lot of the ego.
Yeah, and the entertainment side of like, do you think every single wrestler that gets in a ring likes the other person?
No.
No, like it. I've been in the ring with, and there's very few people on this planet that I hate. I used to hate one guy in middle school, and then me and him became cool by high school. So I've never really hated anyone. There's people that kind of get on my nerves, and I dislike what they do to other people, but I've been in the ring with people I dislike, like a bunch. I've done feuds with people where I had to wrestle them over and over and over again, and I'm like, man, what do people see in this guy? This guy's an a-hole. Like, but at the end of the day, hey, I mean,
I'm not going there.
I enjoy Logan Paul.
I'll go there. I'll go there.
But like,
I'll take him in a match.
there's times and places for that though. Like if you don't like someone, you tell them in the back, hey, I don't like this person. Or you go to the promoter and you go, hey, I don't want to work with this guy. I don't want to wrestle this guy. This is pain in the butt, X, Y, Z, and you handle it. Now you go over to said person, and I'll admit I've had this moment. Like I'm the nicest guy ever, but I've been pushed a couple times in 20 years, which I can at least say like it's only happened maybe 5 times in 20 years. And I can only think of like 2 or 3, and they all ended pretty good, and we're all like on the same page and we're cool to this day. But there's been times where someone's like said some stuff, or you hear something under, you go, hey man, what did you say? And then you talk it out, and there's a time where you're like, okay, say it outside, let's get it over with. And wrestlers are weird. I say that all the time, but it's very rare that 2 guys or 2 ladies bang it out and fight it out, whatever. They're right. Like this Brandon says, like you handle it like grown-ups, get it out of the way, and then boom, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, by the way, Taylor, I did not see that. Let me know about it. They just arguing back and forth with contract negotiations. It makes sense. He probably wants more money, but I don't think Josh Giddey's worth that much. Sorry, guys.
Whoa! Don't you disrespect Josh Giddey.
Wow.
I heard that slick Josh Giddey comment.
Wow.
I think he's good, but if they're having contract stalemates, that means one side doesn't want to give. And I'm guessing that's the Bulls. They probably want to try and get something in free agency or something like that. And
I mean, 14, 8, and 7 is pretty solid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wish I knew what numbers he was asking for, because yeah, like I said, that's kind of more of a blank statement. But that's just me thinking
Yeah.
like he wants like 50 million or something like that. Like I'm like, nope.
That's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money.
But with the new CBA and the NBA, a lot of bench players can't really get contracts like that, anyways. The teams
He's
have
not
to.
a bench player though. He's a starter in Chicago.
Well, I know he's not, but I'm saying like I meant to say role player, not a bench player. That was a slip of words.
Boo to Chicago.
But
Yeah, I mean, he went from an annual salary of like I know we're on sports now, but he's on an annual salary of like 7 or 8 million. The last time I heard, he wanted like 25 to 30, which in NBA terms, that's like
not bad.
nothing. So, yeah.
oh no, Tater had said 88 mil contract. Giddy wants a 120 million. Yeah, he's not worth that. He's not worth the numbers you
Over
said.
over 5 years? Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? That's 24 million a year.
Yeah, that's chump change.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years, that's nothing. I mean, especially in this NBA.
I just
Yeah.
don't think the Bulls are gonna do that though. I think they should because they don't have a lot of options, and he's a solid player to me. But I don't think he's like Wow.
You're telling me that the guys that worth 24 million a year.
not to me. Like it's close. Like that's to me like it's not like bad. But
I mean, who is the lowest paid NBA player out there?
All right, can I give you a breakdown really quick?
Yeah,
So-
go ahead.
Let's say that's over 4. So I love contracts and numbers, and like that's kind of what I do on my sports podcast. Like if I give you a couple names, you tell me who you take better: Devin Vassell from San Antonio or Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey.
Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
gosh,
Terry Rozier,
Josh Giddey.
I would say
Josh Giddey. I agree.
Now, I would say if it was Terry
Like-
Rozier like 3 years ago, then yes, but not now.
But those guys are making. I'm looking it up right now. They're at 26 million, or Terry Rozier's at 26.6.
I thought.
Devin Vassell's at 27 a year. Like, you telling me Josh Giddey can't get that?
No, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying like they're over. All those players are overpaid.
Yeah, but
Not in this league though. In this league, I'm looking
Yeah,
at it.
he's
They're
making more money than Gary Trent Jr. and I think he's
they're the 70th ranked players by contract. So it's not bad. That's
not
what
bad.
2 to 3 players on every team. 2 players.
yeah around there. Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
I just think there's so many question marks. Like he's solid, but he's just not a consistent player.
And then at the same time, like, and I'm not the biggest Josh Giddey fan, but like he's only
so I thought he said that.
he's only like 23 years old, right? 24 or something like that.
and he's still young.
Yeah. I would pay a 23-year-old 20 million right now. Boom.
Well, they also have White
Let's
to
go.
play at the same time, and I just don't know if they're going to keep both of them.
Why not though? You can keep both.
Yeah,
Kobe White. The only person they had to really get rid of was like Zach LaVine, and they did that already.
Yeah, but
Vucevic too, maybe.
I hear White in so many like trade rumors though.
Yeah, but a lot of rumors are rumors, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's on them all. Like the last, like besides like Zach LaVine, I think he was the most talked about player getting traded. But again, maybe after Zach LaVine got traded, it will calm down because I haven't really been seeing them as much anymore. But Bulls fans talk about it all the time, though.
Yeah.
Bulls fans talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I agree with the Vucevic comment. Like, Vucevic should have been moved a while ago. Like, the Bulls are one of those teams where, and not because I'm a Bucks fan or anything, but like they've been like a middle of the pack team, but not even middle of the pack. I mean, in the Eastern Conference, they're like between play-in and bottom, but they don't bottom out and they don't go all in. So like, you got to pick one or the only or one or the other. Like give
I'd
away
say
all of those guys.
a medium.
Oh yeah,
thing.
we're doing great, Kai. We're doing great.
Oh, hey, Kai. I'm doing good.
Did you guys watch the game last night?
No, I did not. I didn't have time.
Man,
Same. And then when I watched the rain delay was on, and then when I clicked off, I forgot about the game.
yeah, but somebody got kicked out of the game before the game started on the first play.
What happened?
Yeah, he got ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott.
Oh, that play. But I heard that their footage showed that Dak Prescott spit at him first, though. And he just retaliated.
No, Dak didn't spit at the guy. He was spitting on the ground.
And then the guy just took it as he was getting spit
Yeah,
at.
and the guy thought he was spitting on him.
Oh, okay.
And then he retaliated, and the guy who retaliated got kicked out of the game.
That sounds like it's something that should have been reviewed before a final decision was made. Because that's happens in the NBA sometimes. Not the spitting, but like when people like crap. What's his name from the Thunder? I think he's on the Kings now. Who had like that weird, fro mullet. Oh my god, why can't I remember his name?
The weird world.
It was one of the ugliest haircuts in the NBA. And because and because I didn't like it so much, I just didn't care about his game or anything else. I just remember that it was so bad.
Wow, you can't judge people by their weird
He
haircut.
was a good defensive player, but like he was always over physical. I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh! But he elbowed Giannis. He elbowed Giannis in the face. And it was an accident, but Giannis, of course, thought it was on purpose. But like the way like they handled it, the referees didn't kick them both out. They were like, "Hey," they also realized like Giannis and him realized like right away. So I guess them also like patting each other on each other's chest, like saying, "Oh, sorry," kind of helped. But in other situations, I feel like they would have just kicked them out anyways for getting physical in the first place.
Man, you're making me like really think about that.
It was when he was on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And
But you said he's on the Kings now?
I'm pretty sure he's on the Kings now. I can go
Oh, yeah. So, Kai asked, what do you think about the Kawhi situation?
Oh, the Clippers are going to have no picks. their franchises after it's championship or bust. And
what happened?
Maybe. Cool. The Clippers gave Kawhi Leonard under the table money. They signed a fake company that was like, I guess it's not totally fake, but in like the simple terms, because it goes deep into that part, that he just got like a lot of money under the table to go to the Clippers, which is against NBA rules.
Wow, isn't that tampering?
Yeah, kind of, because he was supposed to. He technically, rumor had it, he was supposed to resign back with the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
Because they offered him more money, but technically they didn't because of the money. Because the Clippers gave him $28 million secretly more under the table.
Yeah, but
I don't think 28.
But the reason why it's bad too is because they put it as an organization that plants trees. So like none of there's.
It was kind of a fake company.
Yes, but it's leaked to a real one as well because there's also ambassadors for it that are celebrities and athletes. But I guess Kawhi Leonard didn't do like one like sponsor for it at all.
Hey, Colin.
I mean, I guess, but we don't know what happens to some of these players. I mean, it's like the NIL deals in college. Like, there are so many stories about like Keyshawn Johnson, and I mean, even talking about wrestling, Ron Simmons back with Florida State, Deion Sanders. Like, there's there's
Yeah, but
stories on top of stories. Half of them, I mean, of course, players are getting under the table money. And yes, I'm very happy that the Nasus is back. By the way,
yeah, he's people sleep on his locker presence. Like he
yep,
just makes like literally the times where he was hurt or like sick and he wasn't on the bench, the Bucks players looked not happy. And then every time he's there, we play with more energy and spunk. He's just that guy. And then
yep,
people can say all they want about his offensive game, but he's a really good defender, and I think should play more. He's literally just missing like it doesn't have to be a consistent shot, but just a shot that's respectable. And I think he would get more playing time. Of course, now coming after an Achilles injury is going to be difficult, but
Yeah, it is.
as long as he can keep the morale up of the team and keep them together and be that support system, I think it's worth the signing. You know, he's not just Giannis's brother. He is a backbone to the Bucks organization because every teammate he's ever had, every time I've seen NBA players who are no longer on the Bucks and they talk about who is your favorite teammate of all time, the most player I hear consistently is the Nasus. The Nasus. He calls, he checks, he texts,
yep,
he's available, he's all the time. You need that if you want to win in a long season, especially now that the Bucks have gotten so younger. You need someone, a vet like that, who's gonna try and keep the morale of these young guys together. You know,
yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, like you listen to Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague talks about the Nasus all the time. Like, and even like the Lopez brothers and guys like that. No one ever says a bad thing about them. And I know everyone, uses that. Oh, he's only on the team because he's Giannis's brother. This is nepotism and this and that. Well, yes, I get it, but he was also drafted before
a year
Giannis was like
before, yep.
a superstar. So he was drafted, meaning that he was one of the best 60 guys in the draft class, getting drafted. What was it, to the Knicks? I want to say,
Yep,
and
he got
it's
drafted to
like,
the Knicks.
so you can't tell me he's not an NBA player. Like he can play, and no, I don't think he should get more minutes or anything by that nature. But like he's worth having there if he's gonna be the guy that he is. I mean, people call him a cheerleader, but whatever.
And if he's a cheerleader, he's the best cheerleader of all time because he got a
Yep.
ring. He also scored 40 points in the NBA game, which not a lot of people get to say. Like,
And I mean, look at
I think it
last year.
was it 40 points? I might be mistaking that.
I think
Yes,
it
I
might be
think it.
exaggerated. That
I
was
know. I
Pat
think it
Connaughton
was.
last year.
No, it was 39 against Cleveland. It was one of the last games.
Um,
I think.
but yeah, he's one of those dudes where
It was
like
29. 29,
I don't
39.
think people know what he does.
He's a really good defender and dunker.
Yeah,
He can body anybody on a poster.
and you know
Go
who that
and
reminds me of? And this is gonna make me sound old, but there's a coach that we have named Darvin Ham that literally was the exact same thing as the Nasus. So all he did was play on the bench and dunk.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
For people who haven't seen Thanasis highlights, there are actually the decent ones, but go watch his dunks. They're so good. Uh, when
So
I go to the Bucks games, I always try to be like, oh, I need one Thanasis dunk.
and you know what's the crazy thing about that? Think about he was not on the team officially last year, like not getting paid. He was just, sitting at home. He was at every home game on
Yeah,
across, and like he wasn't in front of the camera. Like you would notice him on the opposite side of the camera where you're like, oh,
that's
or the
nice.
opposite side of the scorer's table. Because every once in a while something would happen. He would hop up and you're like, oh, there's Thanasis. But I just looked it up. His career high is 36 in the G League, 27 in the NBA. It was
29.
against the Cavs, though. So you were right.
Yeah, I knew it was against the Cavaliers. Because that game was fire. He had some cool ass dribble moves that he pulled. Like it was like he was like pulling out some like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon moves. He's like,
Wow.
I'll pick this one, and then like, oh dude, like he was pulling out the old moves. Like yeah, he was going crazy that game. I'm so mad the Bucks traded Mamu Skelevili, Sandro. to the Spurs for money, and he's doing okay for them. But
I've never heard anyone say that before.
it's because he was young, and every time I see him play overseas, he's scoring like over 20 points. Like, yeah, it's overseas, but
Yeah, it's
he has the potential
overseas.
to be a great like pick and pop player. He was also really good at rebounding. There's just a lot of stuff the Bucks needed instead of having old Brook Lopez. But he's not on the team no more. But like I said, that's
Oh yeah,
I remember that Cleveland game. Like, I'm looking it up now. Yeah, nobody played in that game. It was the Nasses, Jordan Wara, Sandro, Javon Carter, and Lindell Wigington.
Hey,
who-
Linda Wigginton was the G League MVP. I'm pretty sure at one point.
Man, but like they only played 7 or 6 players in that game. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We got beat by 20, but no one's counting.
yeah, no, it's-
I'm pretty sure that wasn't that the last game of the season or one of the last ones.
Yeah, it was one of the last games.
Yeah, and I remember though, like he was pulling out some like sham dribbles and everything. Like, he was going crazy.
so you think you're a contract guy? You like contract?
I do enjoy contracts. Yeah,
What do you think about the Micah Parsons contract?
best contract ever.
Let's go.
You got the best contract ever.
You get
We
Michael
could have given him
Parsons.
45 and he would be happy. We're paying 47.
So, what is it? TJ Watt was the highest paid edge rusher, and he's like 5 years, 6 years older than Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has literally had double-digit sacks every single year of his career. The only other guy to do that in the history of the league is Reggie White. So why not pay him the money? And the crazy part about the Packers, I actually just went back and forth with a Minnesota Vikings fan about this. He's a buddy of mine, but he was like, "Oh, where did the Packers get all this money?" Well, the one thing about Packers fans is we get angry about this every year with the Bucks, the Brewers, and the Packers. They always have so much cap space left over. And we're like,
that's right.
the Packers had like 35. They were number 5 in cap space room.
Yeah.
They had like $35 million left over. They moved on from defensive tackle
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. Thank you. I almost said Kenny Pickett. And I was like, nope. But like, so at the end of the day, he was a Pro Bowl defensive tackle. Like, he was no scrub.
He was. Yeah.
But I want to say in November or December, he's going to be 30. The Packers don't pay anybody over 30. Guess what? This Micah Parsons deal, as soon as it's over, he'll be 30, 31 years old.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens. Like, he's not going to get close to the sack record as TJ Watt, but he also is literally the only dude on the Cowboys team on defense, as just a heads up there. But now I really want to see what this does for Rashawn Gary and what's the young man out of Iowa?
Lucas
Van Ness. Yeah.
Lucas Van Ness. I heard that they're going to put Lucas inside.
They're moving him.
Well,
they said that he's still going to play both though. But yeah, they're going to play him inside.
He's a really good tackler, and so usually your inside backers are tackling machines.
Yeah.
I love how fast he is. He's for how big Lucas Van Ness is. He's really fast. Like,
hey, you would be lazy. I'm sorry. I'm just reading your comment section. You would be lazy too if your team was horrible. I'm just saying that the Cowboys, think about it, for the last like handful of years, the Cowboys have been literally like bottom of the barrel. Like, so, like, I don't know. I wouldn't play that hard either. I'd get my sacks so I can get my numbers so I can be all pro, and then I can get a bigger contract, which is what he did.
Yeah. I don't blame him for getting
Manuel said, "Damn, Scott, let him get up."
Sometimes you gotta be real about it. Like, you're talking about a consensus All-American in college onto like an All-Pro and like, dude, that is literally a steal. Like I would have given more draft picks. I mean, think about it. We didn't even give as much as the Raiders and Bears had to with Khalil Mack back in the day, and this dude's better than Khalil Mack and younger. Like, come on.
The Denver Broncos gave 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, like, that was. I think that was one of the horriblest tricks in the NFL.
I'm just saying.
Russell Wilson.
And look at the Packers, right? Those picks are basically second round picks.
Yeah,
because they're going to be good.
Yeah,
like
basically second round picks.
Yeah.
And Kenny Clark, his contract went over next year anyway.
Yep.
I think he had 2 more years though.
He's 30. Not to be mean, but who wants him?
He's 30 years old. He's going to be 30.
Yeah, and last year he was his worst year with us too.
Yeah,
so.
It was the worst year last year. But
yeah, I'm excited. I went from being so sad because we got rid of Jair Alexander, and now I'm happy again.
Yeah, but
it's a little bittersweet. But
he's still hurt, and he's not even going to play with the rated.
Nope, he came back yesterday.
Yeah, but he's going to get hurt again from the knee.
I don't wish that on him, so I'm gonna say
I don't either. But
but everyone's been saying, "Oh, he's going to get hurt again." That's I feel like that's almost.
But he has a track record of it.
Again, I also don't. This is maybe controversial, but I don't think the Packers have the best training staff. All right, I think we've had a lot of players like.
I don't know how you can say that because they don't rush people back.
I think we're cautious, but I just don't know if they still make their smartest decisions when they have those injuries. Like I'm saying, when they exactly happen. Like when we had Aaron Jones and he kept getting cramps and pulled muscles and all that stuff. They kept rushing him back. Same thing with Christian Watson, but Watson.
Wait a minute. I was going to say, they don't rush people back. The Packers will not let you play.
Yeah.
They will literally be like,
they rushed Romeo Doubs back. They rushed Romeo Doubs back twice.
Do we know that for certain though?
Yeah, they
for
did.
Concussion protocol, he only missed 1 week, and you're supposed to, and they suggested 2, and then he got concussion again.
I mean, if it's passed by the league, then it's okay. If a guy says he wants to go back out there, sometimes they stop guys. But the Packers are notoriously good at not letting people play.
Yeah, they have a track record of if you get hurt, you're not going to. They don't care.
But are their methods the same as other ones when it comes to specific training, stretching? That's what I'm trying to say.
Who knows?
Don't know how their training staff is. Again, football is the most physical sport out there besides rugby and hockey. So of course people are going to get injured. So I'm not saying no injuries can possibly happen, but I'm saying a lot of the Packers injuries compared to other teams have been less contacted ones. So that's why I'm saying is there a workout regiment type of thing that these guys aren't doing.
If we went that route, then San Francisco would be the worst of all time because Christian McCaffrey's hurt with non-contact every year. Yeah. And it's Brandon Ayuk and a lot of their defensive players and receivers keep leaving there. And it's these guys are made to not play sometimes. Plus, they will literally back away and go, oh, well, we really need this guy to play this year. The Packers are one of those organizations where half the time we get upset that they don't play somebody.
Thank you. That was my point.
Pulls his hammy when he sneezes. I agree.
I was they did play Aaron Rodgers that season with his ankle.
But did they play him, or did Aaron Rodgers want to play, though?
I know, yeah. I think it was Aaron Rodgers. Because
remember,
but then there's a certain point where the team just needs to step in. Then,
Yeah. Oh, how do you understand that a superstar player
Because
like?
a lot of times guys take shots and then they just go right back in,
Yeah.
like cortisone and stuff like that. I don't think that's a team making them or forcing them to play a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's week 17 and the season's on the line, yeah, they might go, "Hey, can you play one more game so we can see if we can make the playoffs?" But week 1, the Packers will sit a dude for like 6 weeks, and we're like, "I forgot this guy was on the team."
Yeah. Look what happened to
I just don't.
Bakhtiari.
I just don't think they do it. I think they do it with big injuries, but not like lingering ones, And then they
I
turn
think
into
that's
worse ones.
everybody though.
Jair's shoulders, one example, is they played him more, and then it just kept going. But now he has other leg ones that
But
there's no
remember, even the
excuse
Jair
for.
thing. So I listen to a lot of sports radio, and Jair's dad was on local radio, and he
Yeah.
was talking about how like he was out for so long, and then they were like, "Oh, are you good now?" And he says yes, and they had already thought he was good to go back. He was holding himself out, and I actually agree with what Brandon said. I think he was looking for more money or
Yeah. You
more guaranteed money, and then all of a sudden they play him, and he just gets injured on like 20 snaps, and it was like, come on, dude, you haven't played in almost a year. Like what? That's why I think they were totally fine with cutting that guy and paying him off to go away.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just thought of something because it's a thing that people have been talking about in the NBA. But like Kevin Garnett was talking about like how he thinks that it could just be a conditioning thing. Like he says, like players in the NBA don't run and
Yep.
take care of their legs as much. And he said that's one science proves that the basketball. This is a weird.
Money.
This is a weird side tangent, real quick. Basketball, I found out of any sport, has the most unnatural body movements
Yeah.
for your legs. Yes. So that's
I'm a
one
basketball
reason.
coach, by the way.
Oh, you're a basketball coach
So,
too.
so
Wow,
that's
you are
so
a jack of all trades.
it really is. So that's why like a lot of leg injuries happen more in the NBA, of course. But Kevin Garnett also added to that, saying like he doesn't think people are stretching their Achilles or ankles enough or
Yeah.
doing enough cardio, and they're doing other things, more upper body strengthening or whatever. Just not enough core stuff. But he says just not enough work on your legs. That's your whole motor or whatever. And he said even from the guys he works out back then to now, he sees it, and he's trying to tell them like, hey, you do it. And he's like, now you're seeing the consequences of like a Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Halliburton, like, excuse me, sorry, like they all did that, and he's wondering like, I want to know how their workouts are. Do you guys focus on your lower bodies? Like he wants players to be honest now because this could be a help thing to help doctors and people know to like this is what you got to do. I'm wondering, is that the same thing happening kind of in the NFL right now? Are these younger guys or guys? Because I'm saying it could be the trainers doing their job, but the athletes not taking the incentive to do what they're being told to do or whatever.
And that's the truth. Is like, so I mean, even so, I coach middle school basketball, right? And
Yeah.
there's times where I have a couple like I don't want to say stars, but like really good players that AAU coaches are coming up and asking about and things of that nature, right? And even high school coaches are recruiting, even though they're not supposed to. Like you can't tell certain players to do anything, and that's the problem. Is it goes from I've heard this with do you know who Sam Mitchell is? He used to play
Yeah.
with the coach, right? He said one time that there are certain guys who are just really naturally good. Those are the guys that get hurt because they don't work on their game. They don't have to. In their eyes, they come there, they're a star, they get their money, they do the bare minimum to go, hey, I'm here, I did my stretching, I did my, I was in practice. Those guys aren't sprinting full sprints. They're
No.
probably the last guy lingering in. Maybe once or twice they might be at the front of the line, and you're like, oh, yeah, see, I knew you could do it. And then all of a sudden, the more season goes on, oh, guess what? Oh, yeah, this sore knee I got, yeah, we're in last place. I don't think I'm going to play today. And it's like, that's where guys get hurt. And then you get the guys that are full blown, and I'll even use Kevin Durant. Like he's going hard at every minute of the day. Well, those guys get hurt because now they're overexerting themselves and they don't have someone to put them on the leash and kind of go, hey man, let's slow it down a little bit. Like, you know, and Damian Lillard was one of those for a long time. I mean, the Trailblazers were horrible for so long, but guess what? He went back there because he's comfortable. That's his place. He probably went to the Bucks, and they were probably banging on him every day. Hey, we are a championship level team. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then his body wasn't ready for it
Oh yeah.
to go
Well,
that hard for 82.
I had a rumor where someone, I want to say it was Chris Haynes, talked about it, that he heard from somebody. But
Oh, I don't trust that guy.
Yeah, neither do I. But I'm saying, but because he's supposed to be Damian Lillard's guy, that's why when he traded, he came. But he didn't like that someone said that Giannis outworked Damian Lillard and saw like the difference of like, holy shit, I thought Damian Lillard worked hard. Seeing Giannis now, and literally after that, it was like maybe 2 weeks later, the blood clot happened. Like that's just natural. I don't think it has nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying like that's just luck of how it happened. And then now I'm saying what you're saying is, oh, the Bucks pushed him. All right,
Think about it.
The blood clot's not that bad. All right, now get in shape to come back. And like you said, maybe he was so used to being not like lackluster, but like, all right, this is the Blazers. Like, this is my team. I got it. I know what to do. You know, now he's in the Bucks. He's like, oh, I gotta practice every day now. Or like, I'm saying he probably did practice every day, but I'm saying like a certain way.
I gotta go hard. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think, and I think that's the one thing that as Bucks fans, I hope don't take for granted is Giannis is that intensity that I'm going through a wall no matter what type of thing on and off the court. And it's the reason why Marjan Beauchamp didn't make it. There's a lot of Marjan Beauchamp's fans. I think I like him as a person. He's a great kid, but he just didn't have that quote unquote killer mentality that you had.
No.
All the skill set, though. All the skill set. He could shoot. He could dribble. He was a solid defender, and he could dunk. But he just did not have that work ethic. And the reason I knew that is because when he went to Greece with Giannis and he talked about it, he kind of talked about it how I talked about going to with my uncle to his job. And like, it was a cool experience, you know. I learned a lot. But it's like you're hesitant. You're like, I don't really know if it's I don't know if it's a thing where I can do that. Like, you're not totally confident in yourself. And I think that's what he was really lacking, because the Bucks gave him plenty of opportunity. He started 29 games and scored less than 6 points in those ones and got outplayed by AJ Green. Like, you got to have that. But I think, again, he probably got stumped seeing Giannis's worth ethic and like, holy shit, this is what it takes to be a star, an MVP, a lot of that. And I think that could be, I don't want to say he got afraid of that, but I think it really stumped him.
That's natural. And that's I always talk to my wife about stuff like this. So like, there's 400 guys in the NBA, right? Or close to it. If you put 15, 450, 60, somewhere in there. But 15 people on each team, right? And, you know, then there's some backups that are injured reserve and, you know, XYZ minimum free agents and G leagues and two-way deals and stuff like that. So if you go based off of that, why is it that we draft 60 new players every year? It's because those 60 players that come in, they are hungry. But then they hit the wall and you go, oh, wait a minute. You might have been the big fish at the small pond. You might have been the best player in the Big East. You might have been the best player in the SEC or, you know, wherever, Big Ten. And all of a sudden you get to the NBA where now it's the best players of the best players. And you're like, oh, hey, whatever happened to that one guy that put up like 500,000 points in, Marquette or UConn or XYZ? And then you go, oh, he was in the league for like 2 years and then he fizzled out. Well, there's a reason that happens. They end up seeing someone that goes, oh, like you just said, oh man, Giannis does all of that still?
Yeah.
Dang. And I watch it every season.
Said what Marjan Beauchamp said. He was like, Giannis does a lot.
Yeah. You see, like, see that Mac McClung comment right there. Mac McClung, super good in the G League, and so small side story. I actually had a G League tryout when I was like, I don't know, 18 or 19 or something. I have the emails and all that. But like, you go through the camps in the G League and you might be a stud down there. Well, that's like college basketball, or that's like overseas basketball. Mac McClung gets up to that next level and it's like, wow, you're slow. Yeah, you could jump out of the gym, but like, can you shoot out of the gym? Can you do this? And like, in the
He's also
NBA, I
in
hear
an
this all the time.
oversaturated position too, which makes it harder for him.
And you hear it from a lot of the players that have been through a lot of this stuff. Like, the one thing they say is, and coaches say this too, find your way of playing, find one thing you're really good at, and work on that. Because not everyone's a superstar. Not everyone's going to be great at every single thing. I mean, even superstars aren't great at everything. But you talked about AJ Green. That dude can shoot the lights out. Can he dribble? Not really.
No.
Can
well,
he
actually,
jump? Barely.
He can't jump for
Like,
stuff. But dude, I saw him at a couple practices. He's hiding his bag. I have no idea why he's not.
No,
he needs
I know
to.
he's got a bag.
He needs to bring it out more. He's hiding it. He's
I can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, man, you need to go look up AJ Green's mixtape. Yeah, he's got a bag, but does he have like NBA bag? Not really. Like, he can do his thing. He can handle, but he's not very fast.
D guy. That's pretty.
Yeah, he's barely a D guy, but he can shoot the lights out.
He's a good defender. I went to every Bucks game this one time, and the whole entire group. But him and Rollins had our best, oh my God, plus minus rating for defense at the end of the season. He didn't have a good start. I'll give you that. Like, he started off pretty slow, but I think he started finding his niche when Darvin Ham and Doc Rivers started like, dude, you got it. Like, he's really good at lowering his body mass and staying in front of players. Like, and he's also really good at picking the ball and the ball away. I think he can add some more stuff to be like a really great defender. But I think he's solid.
Yeah, and I mean, but that's okay. You know why? Because now he's going to get his bag. Maybe gets like $10 to $12 million to be just that 3-point shooter. I mean, Kyle Korver made an entire life out of it. JJ Redick made a life out of it. Like, there's guys that literally that's all they do. Eric Gordon was one of those for a long time when he got older. Ray Allen got older. That's what he did. Spot up in the corner, hit a three. Boom. Like, you remember those guys. Damon Jones, James Jones. Like, those guys need that type of stuff.
Some of those things you can learn with the right work ethic. Yep, Colin. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm sorry,
for this.
Taking over with basketball now.
Yeah. It's all good. That's what I like about our podcast. Some days we have actual list of what we want to talk about, and then we have like free-handed ones like today, which can go on for so long. But they're awesome. This is cool. So.
It's all over the place. So before we go, I want to get the prediction this weekend in the Packers Lions game.
Oh no! Oh, you can't put me on the spot for. So I never, ever predict anything for my own home teams. Like, I'll predict a season. Like, do I think the Packers have a better season than the Lions? I do. The Lions have a really rough schedule. And the Packers, of all teams, you got to think of it this way. So the way they make the schedule, I actually just did this on my podcast. So the way that they make their schedules, they have the third place schedule in their division because the Vikings and the Lions had a better record. The Packers are playing third place teams when they're not playing the divisions that they're playing. So those extra games. The Lions are having to play that first place schedule. They're playing the Super Bowl contenders of contenders. Yeah. Plus, they're playing the Packers twice, and it's like, I think that's going to take a toll on them this year. They've been really healthy, and I never want anyone to be wait a minute, bad kicking. We got all right. Packers have better kicking this year and last year if you were paying attention. But
Oh.
they do. Our kicker was really good last year.
Yeah, he only missed
we
2
got
kicks.
the kicker, not the old kickers.
No, our
Hey,
new kicker.
I'm gonna say the Packers, us having a bad kickers for 3 seasons out of us having a good kicker for a decade, I thought was the most annoying thing ever as a Packers fan. That's like Americans complaining about gas when we have one of the lowest gas
Hey, I
prices
agree.
in the world.
I mean,
you
Nick
got
Manus he missed 1 field goal last year. He kicked 95%. I had to look it up because I was like, I'm
And it was the
pretty
most
sure he was
important
really, really
field
good. Yeah, he's a
but
stud.
what week did he come in?
He played
11. He played 11 games.
Yeah, before him, we lost a couple of games by a field goal. Because our field goal kicker missed it.
Those 2 games we lost by a field goal.
Hey, so that means we can add those 2 games to our win total this year, and boom, going to the playoffs.
Packers going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't not as a homer because I mean I'm obviously a homer first, but I'm a realistic homer.
Yeah,
They're not. They're one of like 3 or 4 teams in the I almost said the East in the NFC that have an actual shot at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, oh yeah, especially when you add Micah to the mix.
What you said, yep.
And I'm so excited for Quentin Walker and Cooper. I think Cooper's gonna go off with Micah.
Oh. Yeah.
And he was already in the 90 percentage.
Cooper is gonna be a stud.
I agree. That like there are certain players on the Packers that I'm sitting there going, ooh, like this guy could actually like we could see what this guy's about now. Like
I think Evan
like
Williams
I said, Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness, but like Devontae Wyatt is gonna be an actual starter. Like
yeah.
But
Brooks
with
is
Edge
get minutes now too.
Isaiah McDuffie's a tackling machine. Like yeah.
Yeah. And then Evan Williams is gonna he's gonna turn he's gonna be the new alien of the Packers.
He's gonna become a stud at safety.
And it's crazy. They must have said something to Nate, or like they must have seen something in Nate Hobbs. Like my co-host for my show, he's actually a Raiders fan, and he goes, Nate Hobbs is not bad. He's like, you guys got him on a pretty solid deal.
Yeah,
like he's I mean, I don't know. And then what Tater said here, offensive alignment. I mean, we did okay last year on offense. So I mean, now you add Matthew Golden and a healthy Jordan Love. I don't know. Malik Willis won a couple games last year.
Yes, he did. Malik Willis. Oh.
Yeah, and Josh Jacobs came out and said that he doesn't think Malik Willis is a backup QB. He thinks
I don't think so either.
He thinks he should be on a roster somewhere, starting.
I'm surprised we got to bring him back, but yeah, I think next year he'll probably someone will give him a try.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
the Colts. I think the Colts.
Or like we always do, we trade our backup quarterbacks to different teams.
Been happening for 30 years, yeah. From the 90s on up.
Yeah. What if we got our picks back from not they wouldn't be the same ones, but picks back from the Jets? If we trade Malik Willis to the Jets, I just don't want to do that to him though.
No, I don't think he's gonna be I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be a savior, but I think he'll be a decent QB.
Maybe Pittsburgh.
Why am I? What's the dude's name? He's the quarterback for the Raiders this year. He was the quarterback for. Yeah,
Geno Smith. Yeah,
I think he'll be. I think he can do something like him.
Hey,
Willis doing that.
Hey, Geno is a great QB.
So I think the Raiders are actually going to surprise some people this year.
But the one shocking thing was shocking to me yesterday was the Amari Cooper retired. I don't know why he would retire. He was going to be the number one receiver for the Raiders again.
If
Probably
Jacoby
because of
Myers
the
doesn't
Raiders.
play, yeah.
Well, he's holding out for more money right now. So
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
probably like, I'm getting older, and he's not that old, but he's old there, I guess.
I think he's only like 31, not that old.
I just think he's I don't know. Maybe
Could have
he
been
just
an
doesn't want to
ego.
ring. Yeah, he doesn't want to ring chase and doesn't want to stay on a team that's not going anywhere. And he has enough money, so he's like, and he has a respectable career where it's like, all right, I don't want to ring chase and I don't want to be on a team that's stuck. So deuces.
Well, remember, like nobody wanted him.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but not on that contract.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably realized like it's kind of a loss win, but like he gets his money and he gets to go out on his own terms, I guess. Like that's how I'm seeing it. I get it probably might think other way or different about it, but
But
I don't know if you're stuck and you have no power.
NFL athletes, they want to get a Super Bowl before they retire.
Hey, there's a lot of athletes who don't ring chase. Vince Carter is literally the number one example of
Yeah.
that.
And on top of that, like even though they wanna like ring chase, it's also do we want you? Like because some guys they have such egos that they want that money, and then they get there and a team will be like, yeah, you're not what we thought you were. Get out of here.
Want that money anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right,
So
boys.
hey, Kendrick, what is your prediction?
Man, this is hard.
You think about it. I got one more question for Skyler. So you're not gonna predict who wins?
I mean, since the Packers are at Lambeau, then I'll go Green Bay.
Oh, because I was gonna ask you, what's your prediction on Micah? How many snaps does he play with that back injury?
It's not really too much of an injury. I've dealt with this.
Well, he's gonna take a pain shot. That's what I heard.
He doesn't know the playbook yet,
Yeah,
so I'm going to say maybe like 30 to 40% of the snaps. Maybe. I'd be surprised if he got over that, unless the Packers are winning by like a good amount and they just go, "Hey, just go rush the quarterback." But yeah,
I think they're gonna do that anyway. With Mike, I go, "Hey, Mike, you go after it. Just get the shot, get the ball back."
Also, there's been a lot of sports doctors who came out saying that what Micah is dealing with, they say like probably 15 athletes a week deal with it, and no one says anything. So people are saying that it's only getting talked about because it's Micah Parsons and someone from the. Not, I know the Packers put it out there, but I guess the rumor has is that the Cowboys were going to link it anyways and try and cause a stir, but. It's normal. I've had this injury, and I played through it when I played basketball.
But
I know it's not football, but
back injury just linger on and on and on.
But it's. They said it's an L5 and L4 sprain, which I had because I'm hypermobility in my back, so I sprain my back all the time. And it's more of like a. It's more of a pinching type of thing. It's not really like a, ooh, ow, I can't do anything. It's an actual pain thing. A thing that a chiropractor can help, and like taking it out with stretching your nerves so they're not sitting on each other. He also might have to do some more different leg exercises to even out his body. That could also be something like.
But I do agree with Reed that. He only been there for 10 days and he doesn't know the plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say injury or no injury, he's getting low snap count.
Watch out for that Dallas game. You know he's gonna be out there for the whole entire game when we play the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah. Week 4 or 4 weeks from now. Yeah.
Oh my! That's gonna be a fun game to watch.
And it's Sunday night in Dallas.
Sunday night football, prime time.
I just want to see.
Go out there and get me like Dak Prescott.
I just want to see Cowboys fans' faces when they see him in
Yeah,
that
I
khaki
do.
jersey coming out of that tunnel.
Just light his fuse and just let him go.
Oh man, yeah.
Matt LaFleur needs to go to him and be like, "You remember what they did to you? There was disrespect. They didn't like you. They wanted you gone. Go out there and prove them wrong."
Hey, trust me, from the athletes that I know that are in pro sports, like, you don't have to tell good athletes like things like that. All you gotta just walk up and you go, you know what time it is, right? You know where we are? Let's go.
You gotta take the leash off, Micah.
Yep.
He's about to
Take the leash off, Micah.
More so, you're gonna have to relax him because he's gonna be like ready to go.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
I think,
but
I do think
Kenny Clark
has an ego, but he doesn't really have too much of an ego.
I'm reading somebody here again. Kenny Clark's not a sack machine, so no, I'm not worried about that at all.
I'm not worried about that. I am worried about the run defense. It might take a little hit with Kenny Clark not there in the middle. But I think that's why they drafted Devontae White.
Yeah, and I think he's been playing out of position for a long time.
Yeah, and now he's going back to the original D tackle position. And I think he can do
it. In 10 years, Kenny Clark's only got 35 sacks. So yeah, I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. You know how many Micah has? 53.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
In his first 4 years.
Yeah,
in 4 years, which is insane. He's at 52 and a half.
And that's second to Ridgewood.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about that guy. Just go out there and do what you do.
Man, just looking at Reggie White's first 4 years, 13, 18, 21, 18. Like, that's nuts. That's why he's a Hall of Famer.
But you gotta realize, last year, Micah only played 11 games, and he still had double-digit sacks.
Well, now that I'm looking at Reggie White, in 12 games, he had 21 sacks.
Wow.
That's insane. Like, what in the world?
It is. It's really insane.
I would say Kenny Clark is probably more injured because he had more years. And he missed a good chunk of 2 years too as well.
Yeah, he missed some games last year also.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was the first time Mike missed any games, and he missed 4.
Yeah.
And aren't they in the beginning of the season?
I believe so. Clark actually has been pretty healthy since his first season.
But I'm saying he's been in the league longer. That's my point.
Yeah. He's been in the league longer.
10 years.
So he's been more injured in that per se than Micah Parsons. But Micah Parsons has only been injured for 1 year, so he still would be quote unquote less injured prone still. Like, people are over exaggerating on a star like this because he's leaving a franchise that depended on him so much. So
Clark actually had a solid game yesterday. He had 5 combined tackles, 2 solo.
I think he had 1 assist sack.
No, they didn't count it.
Oh, they didn't count it last night?
No.
Wow.
He had 3 assisted tackles, no sacks.
Wow.
That's cool.
But that's his job.
Kenny was the last Ted Thompson draft pick.
Yes, he was. He was the last Ted Thompson.
'Cause,
He was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, he was the last Ted Thompson. 'Cause, pick. It's the end of an era.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hope it keeps going up as it has
I
been.
think we made a big move like this because we got a new president, and the new president of the team wants to put his stamp on the team right now.
Yep, and as long as it just doesn't involve firing Matt LaFleur, I'm fine.
Oh,
You are not gonna. They're not gonna fire Matt LaFleur.
It's rumored, but I think after this they're not doing that no more. But the rumors were before the Michael Parsons trade, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
I'm saying
those
after this they're
rumors were
probably not.
nuts. How do you fire a guy that's been to the playoffs every year with a quarterback that was in his like
Well, it
first
was
full
just
season?
literally the only thing there was is because he's new and he wants to make like Jay said like a stamp but the thing was Gutekunst and then possibly move on from Matt LaFleur. Like, are they on the hot
right.
seat? And I'm like, maybe for a little bit, but after this Michael Parsons trade, they're not on the hot seat no more.
Well.
I didn't think they were on the hot seat in the first place, but
I knew Brian Gutekunst was on the hot seat if he didn't do any big moves because he's been there a lot and he missed some draft picks in the first round. So
Yeah,
this is his last chance to do something, and he did it. He traded away for first round pick. Packers never give away first round picks.
been waiting
which is
for it for like
shocking. I'm
10
gonna say,
years.
because we
Yeah.
draft so good in the second and third round. I'm like, we don't need our first round.
Man,
We
I
draft
remember
so
when
good.
Randy Moss came up and names like that came up, and I'm like, why are we not trading first rounders for these guys?
I
No,
know, yeah,
never happened.
too. I
Didn't we
would
get
have
Wicks
loved to
in the
see
fifth
Randy
round, by
Moss
the way?
play with Brett Favre. That could have been.
That would have been crazy.
That could have been dangerous.
Hey, didn't we get Dontavian Wicks in the fifth round, right?
No, he was a
I don't
Fourth round.
know.
late fourth.
Let's check.
Late,
I
I'm
think he was
saying,
a late fourth.
I'm saying the Packers draft well in later rounds, man. We don't.
Fifth round.
Oh,
Okay, I
fifth
was
round.
right. Fifth round, all right? Yeah, fifth
And
round.
then we got
Even later.
for Wicks from the Niners.
Yeah, I agree. I think this just shows like the reason why I didn't think Gutekunst was in the hot seat because he got Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney last year. That to me was what saved his seat last year.
Yep.
Last year I thought he was definitely on the hot seat, but that's what I thought saved him is because one, Josh Jacobs was my favorite running back that was not on the favorite player that's not on the Packers, and then McKinney was cool because he got interceptions, but I didn't really like the Giants, so. But I was stoked about that because free agent wise, we all wanted McKinney and we got him, and then Josh Jacobs was the surprise that no one saw coming. So,
But I am worried about the Packers secondary.
Maybe.
I'm starting to get behind the hype of Valentine. I just think that he has that alien swagger that that Jair kind of had. I think with Michael Parsons putting so much pressure in, I think he's good enough to take advantage of those types of things.
Yes, that is going to help the secondary a lot.
So I think that's what we'll do. And again, I think Evan Williams I'm gonna be such an Evan Williams fanboy this season.
But my sleeper player on the Packer is Jamal Bolt, the second year safety.
That's literally the name I was going to say too.
I don't know. I just see him as such a high level player as it is, I guess.
He's not going to be a safety. They're turning it into a slot corner.
Yeah, he plays nickelback for them.
Yeah. And he's going to be a sleeper for the Packers.
Yeah, but he's going to be like what do they call that? Cool knife. I don't know. My brain's
Jack of all
Swiss,
trades.
yeah, Swiss Army knife. Like he's just
Swiss
gonna,
Army knife.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna be going everywhere. You know, they said he's been. I think from all the practice videos that I've seen of him, he's been the person they moved around the most. Him and Nixon, but Nixon's been kind of like solid in his place. But
yeah,
but they're moving Bullard all over like literally all over the place. He's one moment
yeah.
he's in his
But
front, and one moment he's back.
I
One
got
moment he
one
looks like he's
more
gonna be
question.
linebacker.
Do you think that Matthew Gordon is a #1 wide receiver?
Oh man, I'm hoping so. Like when he got drafted, I was like, okay, this is actually the guy I really wanted them to get. And then they did get Savion Williams, who was another guy I was looking at just because of the size. But Jaden Reed's hurt now. I don't know if you guys heard that. He's in a walking boot. You don't know what you have in Romeo Dobbs, like, because he literally quit midway in a practice last year. So, like, I'm hoping Golden's the guy.
And we're not gonna have Watson until week 6, 7.
Ooh, yeah.
No, I thought it was week 4.
No, week 6.
Are you sure about that? 'Cause
Yeah.
I heard week 4. Search it up, because I heard week 4.
If you're on the,
I think that's where he wants to play, but you might have it right where the team is saying week 6, because he for sure has to miss the first 4 weeks. That's for sure.
I think if you're on the public, you automatically miss 6.
I thought it was 4, but it's
That's a
only
good question.
games.
I don't know how the pup list works.
I thought it was 4 games because of Bartiari, but again, they could have changed it since then and made it more. So,
And I hope the receivers don't drop balls like last year. The Packers had the most drop passes last year in the league.
That's true.
Hey, Brandon. Oh, it is 4. All right, Brandon. So it is 4.
okay, yeah.
Oh, I think you were thinking week 6. I want to say, isn't there bye week in the 5th week? Yeah. So he won't be able to come back until week 6. He has to be out 4 weeks. Then there's a bye week. Then week 6 is his first eligible game back.
All right, yeah. So right after the Cowboys game and the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Cincinnati game is week 6.
Oh, well, yeah. We might need Watson in that Cincinnati game. I think that's going to be a shootout. That's going to be a shootout game.
No, we have corners to play defense.
Yeah, but they have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
I mean, Xavier McKinney's no slouch playing safety. And remember, Burrow is the most sacked quarterback like in the last 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, that is true. And
we do have Micah Parsons now.
So, I take my statement back. But yeah, guys, this has been fun.
Man, this was a really good show today. Definitely gonna have to have you on some more, man.
I know, yeah.
Man.
I'm like, this is fun a lot. But yeah, I also have to get going to get my dog's prescriptions.
Nice.
So good timing.
Yeah, I have an office job, so if I'm not trained, so I'm a traveling trainer for work. So on Fridays at 3, most of the time I'm not doing anything in my office.
Okay.
Sweet. So I'll definitely be hitting you up and we'll schedule some more.
Great.
I think we found a new recurring guest, y'all.
White wall back here.
Right?
Yeah, I need to get ready for tonight's game.
Yeah, you should put some of your wrestling memorabilia on the wall that you don't use anymore.
No, I don't put anything on my office walls except safety stuff. I'm a safety trainer, so
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I wish I could.
That
Maybe
would
I'll
be cool.
put something on the other sides.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Woo.
All right, guys. It's been fun. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Don't forget to go follow Skylarita on Instagram and check out his podcast as well. And if you're in the Milwaukee or Wisconsin and Chicago area, go check out some of his events.
Boom.
So,
I usually post them somewhere.
And we all want to thank all of you for joining us today. It's been fun.
hey, have a good weekend, y'all. Be safe.
And like I always say, stay safe, be positive, and always
Go,
Pack
pack, go.
Ooh.
and we'll see you next week. All right, guys. You have a good one.